Hi everyone, it's Mark Cheverton. I'm author of the Game Night 999 series, Invasion of the Overworld, Battle for the Nether, and Confronting the Dragon. And I've been asked to answer some questions from some of the readers, from some of the Spanish-speaking readers in Latin America. And so I wanted to go ahead and answer some of those questions for you guys. So let's see. Here's the first one. Where do you get your ideas for your adventures? So when I think about the book, first of all, you know how I got the idea for the first book, which was the griefing that was done with my son. But the other books, and in fact I'm working on book number 12 right now, which will be coming to you guys probably soon, not right away, but when I think of a new book, I usually think about how the end of the book is going to work out and what the last battle scene is going to be like, because that has to be really, really exciting. And so I think about what that scene is going to be like, and then I work out what the scenes are going to be leading up to there. So I kind of actually write the book backwards. I go from the end, and then I write to the beginning. So that's kind of how I do it. Number 2, what kind of books do you enjoy the most? So obviously I enjoy my books the most, but really, I really enjoy science fiction. And so I have a lot of authors that I really like to read. A lot of them are ones that wrote when I was in high school and in elementary school. My first science fiction books were probably from Jules Verne, who I think is a maybe English or American author, I'm not sure. And he wrote a number of books, Journey to the Center of the Earth, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. There's a lot of great books there that he wrote. I also like some of the classic science fiction authors like Arthur C. Clarke and Ray Bradbury. I really like Frank Herbert and his Dune series. I like fantasy books some. Of course, I like The Lord of the Rings. Who doesn't like The Lord of the Rings? But probably my favorite set of books are from Frank Herbert, and it's called the Dune series. And it's a series of 7 or 8 books, I think, in a big, long series. It is just a fantastic set of books. What video game-inspired movie do you like the best? I think probably it's really not a video game-inspired movie. It's a movie that inspired a video game. But I really like the movie Tron that came out long ago in the 80s, I think. And it was one of the first movies to use computerized images into it. And I really enjoyed that movie. They did a remake maybe 5 or 7 years ago, which was really good as well. But I really liked the original one. And after coming up with the original movie, then they came out with video games that went to the video arcade, because back then they didn't have computers at home. And so I would go to the video game and I'd race the light cycles, or I would do the throwing the frisbee things or something. It's a great movie. A lot of fun games that look really silly now if you were to see them now, but it was pretty high tech back when I was young, which was quite a while ago. In which server do you play? So I used to play, my son and I would play on, I don't think you said hello to Game Night 999. Game Night, you want to say hi?
Hello.
There's Game Night 999. That's proof that he is actually real. So there you go. So Game Night and I would play together on servers like Hypixel or Mineplex. Those are really big servers, and those are really crowded. And so I don't really like them because they're so crowded, and they're mostly mini games, and I really enjoy survival. So what we've done is we've built our own server. We call the Game Night 999 Network, and it's mostly for people that have read my books, though anybody can come on. And we've created an environment where griefing is not tolerated, and so anybody that griefs or is a bully or is disrespectful or uses bad language, they get kicked out forever. And you never get back on after you've been kicked off. So it tends to be a nice, safe area for people to play where there's going to be no mean kids there. And so that's a lot of fun. And we have a survival server where you can get kits of stuff to build lots of things. There's a creative server where you can build in creative. There's a hardcore server where you have really hard bosses that are called infernal bosses. And those are really tough. And let's see, there's a mini game server. And we have our own We had a mini game made just for us called TNT Defense, and that's a lot of fun. We just added a survival game server with a whole bunch of maps, and so you can do survival games. And we're going to be adding something in January that's called the Underground, which is going to be a new survival server. And that's going to be really neat because you can go to the underground world and build things in there, and that'll be really fun. Have you played in the new Minecraft? How do you find it? So I'm not sure about this question. If this means, have I played story mode? And the answer is no, I haven't. And I've watched Game Night play it, and it looks more like you're watching a movie more than playing a game, and so it doesn't look exciting to me, though I've seen a lot of people do it and a lot of videos of it, and they really like it, so it looks pretty cool. The graphics are certainly really neat in there. If you're asking about version 1.9, I've looked at some of the snapshots, and I've included some of the things in 1.9 in some of the books that I've already written but haven't been released yet. So hopefully when those books are released, Mojang would have released version 1.9, and my books will be aligned with what Mojang just released. I hope I got the timing right, otherwise all Game Night will be doing things that he can't do in Minecraft yet, and that might be a little embarrassing. So we'll see how that works out. That might have been a big mistake. Last question. Do you have any tricks or recommendations? So I guess the recommendations I have, when I would be playing on a survival server, I would frequently get lost and forget where I put my house. And so I always, after I create a house, I build a really tall tower of dirt or something, and then I put torches around the top so that I can see it from far away, and then I don't get lost. Because it's no fun when you get a bunch of armor in your chest and you have a bunch of weapons and stuff, and you go out hunting and then you can't find your stuff and you lose everything. And that's no fun. My tip is that I don't build a house on the surface. I find a mountain somewhere and I tunnel into the side so that I can hide my house so people don't see where it is. Because I got tired of people finding my house and destroying everything and taking my stuff. And so instead I make a little hidey hole like I talk about in Invasion of the Overworld, and I do it so I can hide it, and I leave clues as to where it is, and I build the big tall tower so that I can find it again, but I like to keep it hidden so that no one will find it. And certainly a good recommendation is do lots of mining and learn how to do a branch mine. If you've never tried a branch mine, you should look up videos on YouTube on how to do branch mining. And you can go down and it'll show you how to find diamonds a lot easier and find lots of iron, which is really important, and lots of coal, which is really important. And that will help you in the game. When you have resources, you can make weapons and you can make better armor, and then you can battle the monsters. So I guess those are the 6 questions we have. If you have any more questions, you should feel free to email me. I'll put on the image here the IP address to the Game Night 999 server, and also put on there my website, markcheverton.com, where you can go on and you can email me questions, and you can email them in Spanish, and I get a lot of Spanish questions, and I use Google Translate to figure out what's being asked, and then I will answer and use Google Translate to put it back into Spanish. I don't know if that does a very good job or not, but I'm betting if I can figure out the question, you guys can figure out the answer. So you should feel free to send me questions as frequently as you want, and I will answer them all personally, since I don't have a staff, obviously. So send me questions and I'll answer them, and you can send it to the website down there, and you can also see information about the different books that are coming out and see those, and those will be coming in Spanish very quickly. And then you can also see stuff about Game Night, the Game Night 999 network, and GameNight999.com, and you can see what's there as well. So go and check it out, and keep reading, and watch out for creepers.